Today we're going to take a look at how I did a luxury photo shoot for a Tony-nominated Broadway producer here in the Washington, D.C. area, and how these photos led to some amazing portraits that they can now use for their social media promotion. Hi, my name is Chris Crease. I am a portrait photographer and cinematographer based here in the Washington, D.C. area. I've worked with clients such as Interscope Records, NBC, NPR, and today we're going to go over a few tips that you can use on your next photo shoot. So the first step to a luxury photo shoot like this is going to be pre-production, and pre-production is going to be a few things. It's going to be with a client like this. You're going to think of things such as wardrobe. You're going to think of location. You're going to think of lighting, time of day. So all of these things come together. You're going to think about, okay, if I'm wearing these colors in this location, how's it going to look? Time of day is going to influence mood a little bit. Lighting, where the sun's going to come from. If you're working in the studio, this is going to be a little bit less so because then you have more controlled lighting. But on location and meeting the client where they are, then you're going to have to figure out how to work not only with the lighting coming from outside, but as well as your own supplied lighting as well. So this could be a strobe, this could be an on-camera flash, whatever works best for the goal of the client and giving them the images that they're looking for. At the end of the day, this is all about the client experience, and so for that, do what you feel is best to achieve that objective. In this case, we were in a space that we could reserve for a couple hours, and it was just for us so that we could do this photo shoot. One of the things that I loved about this space was that it had various options for posing, and so we could use both the couches, we had tables that we could work with, and the space was large enough where you could use depth of field in order to separate the subject from the background. So that was one of the key things that I wanted to make sure that I did on this portrait shoot. So not only that, but when it comes back to lighting, then you want to consider, okay, if I'm using lighting, how do I make that space work for me? On an assignment for the New York Times, I had a client where I had a lot of white walls, and so I was able to use my flash, bounce it off the walls, and it gave nice soft lighting. And so for this portrait shoot, I also did the same thing where I bounced my flash off the ceiling, which was white, and it allowed me to get this nice even lighting on the subject, and it looked really good on her. During the actual shoot itself, posing is going to be a key thing, and so you're trying to make your client look confident, you're trying to make them comfortable, you're trying to make them enjoy the process as much as possible, because this is work. And so for me, it's just figuring out what poses look most flattering on the subject. How do I make the subject look good? How do I make them feel confident? And then during the process of shooting, once we get a couple shots in and they've warmed up and they've relaxed and we're talking, then letting them review the images. So whether this is on the back of the camera, or if you have an iPad connected or some laptop that you're tethered to, whatever works for you, letting the client see the images is going to be something that I find helps them get more into the flow of getting these portraits, and it just makes the whole experience so much easier. So you've done all the portraits, you've shot, you've used all these different techniques in order to get the image across. Well, what happens next is delivery, and so you want to deliver these images in a way that makes them happy, and after they have selected the images that work best for them, then you can turn around and you can deliver these through whatever method you find is most convenient for the client. So I like WeTransfer. It works really well for me. I use it where I can both see on the back end the client got the link for the images, or if I want to do something really nice, I can set up a gallery on WeTransfer and they can review the images there and get feedback, and then we can go from there. So giving the client the best experience for receiving the images is going to be very helpful in the overall process of doing a photo shoot like this. So altogether, pre-production, production, posing, lighting, depth of field, how you use that all with posing to get shots that make the client look and feel confident, as well as delivery of the final images, is going to give your client a luxury photo experience that they will not forget very soon. So using the example of this shoot, we did a couple shots in various locations in this area. We had a couple shots where we had Marjuan sit on the couch, and we got posing there, made her look comfortable, make her confident. We had some at the table where she was standing, and I used the flash, bounced off the ceiling, and it looked wonderful there. And then for a switch of position and a different backdrop, we went to another location in the same area and used big natural lighting in order to get some shots where she's just sitting down, she's having fun, and it's just very casual. And because of that, you get a variety of images that work with the wardrobe that you picked out in pre-production, and it just all comes together into a cohesive, beautiful set of portraits that make for a wonderful experience. So all that said, I hope that this video was helpful. If you found it helpful, please be sure to hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, hit subscribe. I am Pieceworks everywhere on the internet, and if you want to see more in the future, be sure to follow along. And that's it for this video. Until the next one.